Okay, good to see everybody. Appreciate everybody being here as I see your pictures come onto the screen. Our new normal. We're going to work. We've been working all week preparing for this game. We're excited about it. We're looking forward to it. Obviously, a very challenging opponent. Great players everywhere. Great coaches. Great schemes. The defending champs are coming here, so it's obviously got all of our attention and we're working to get ready. We'll have our Wednesday style practice today, first and second down, punt, kickoff, return practices today. That's what will be our focus, and then we'll take the rest of the week from there as we go forward. What questions do you have?
Hey, John, Dave Ginsburg. Maybe a topic you've discussed about every time you face Andy Reid. I know your dad was probably the biggest influence, but where does Andy Reid fit in that equation? And were you happy to see him finally get that Super Bowl last year, even though you now have to face the defending champs?
Right. Yes, to all those. Obviously, got a lot of respect for Coach Reid and learned so much from him and continue to. We talk quite a bit off season and during the season. We haven't talked lately, but probably resume those conversations after the game. But just a great guy, great person, great family man, really good football coach. A lot of wisdom, a lot of common sense, good judgment. Kind of learned that from him. The way he operates, very thoughtful type of guy. So yeah, just love him, love his family, and a lot of respect for him.
Hey, Coach, Mark SI. A lot of talk about centers around Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs passing game, but they got a pretty good running attack. And the rookie Clyde Edwards-Helaire, what has he added to that running attack, and how has he boosted them?
Yeah, he's kind of right in the same style that they love. They love backs that are explosive, big play capability, make miss. He can lower his shoulder. He's a powerful guy. Good hands out of the backfield. So he's a threat on screens and really every kind of route. You're in flat routes with him. They're running rail routes with him, crossing routes, leak him across, out the other way. All the different things they do with their backs, they do with him. He's fit right in. He's kind of taken over that main role. Of course, they've got some experienced guys there, but and they kind of play him situationally by skill set a little bit. But he looks like an every down back. He's been doing it for 2 weeks now. He looks really good.
Hey, Coach. Coach, it's Kirk McKeon from 98 Rock. I'm wondering, the Chargers, with a rookie quarterback making his first start, had the Super Bowl champions on the ropes until their kicker bailed them out at the end. How much opportunity can you get from watching that tape and maybe doing what they did?
Well, yeah, they played a heck of a game. I mean, the Chargers are really good. There's no doubt about that. They've got really good players. The pass rush was really effective, but then again, Mahomes got out of there at the end and scrambled around and made huge plays to find a way to win the game. They've had, I think, more comeback wins than anybody since the start of last season, than any team in the league. I think they're 6-0 when down 10, and that's pretty incredible. So they did what they did. Give the Chargers a lot of credit. The game they played was really a well-played game, and we take some things from it. Yeah, sure, like we do every game. We look at it and we try to just make it part of the big picture in terms of how we understand our opponent and how we try to game plan them and looking for whatever we can do to try to find a way to be successful.
Hey, John, it's Daniel Lucy from the Baltimore Sun. Just piggybacking off of that, just what makes them so difficult and hard to defend once they get? I mean, they're already hard to defend, but it seems like once they go down by double digits, like something just kicks in. Just what do you see on film that makes them so difficult to defend?
Well, I think one of the big things is they're kind of fearless. They when they get down, they just go for it. And they've got the players to do it. I mean, Pat Mahomes is, he's just. He's a great playmaker, and he's got great pocket presence. He moves around a lot in the pocket. Now, he'll get the ball out quick on time, as quick as anybody in the league. Then he'll extend as long and as much as anybody in the league, too. And I think it's less about pressure than it is about him hunting for a play. He's going to move around the pocket and try to find a play out there. And when you're down, I think it kicks in even more, just like you said. And that's what they've done well. Hopefully we can get them down. If we get them down, we got to try to keep them down by not allowing those kind of plays to be made. But that's what's made. That's why they're the champs. That's why they've won all these games the last couple of years.
Hey, John. Go ahead, Jimena.
Thank you. Jimena Lugo La Torre from Ravens Spanish Radio. Happy belated birthday, Coach, and nice T-shirt yesterday, by the way. Now, my question, how much pressure is there for Lamar to play against Mahomes?
Well, first of all, thanks for the birthday. And did you really like the T-shirt, Jimena? That was it's kind of a rough picture there, but our players enjoyed it. I can tell you that it was fun. I don't think any more pressure than Lamar ever puts on himself all the time. He's the same Lamar week in, week out. Play in, play out at practice, from meeting to meeting. He's always excited to play. He's ready to roll. So I don't believe he looks at it like that. I think he's looking at it like our offense against their defense. That's what he's focusing on and trying to find a way to, put the best performance he can and put as many points up as he can.
Hey, John. Pete Gilbert here. Self-deprecation goes a long way, so I think that was a good call with this T-shirt yesterday. The last two games against Mahomes you faced, you didn't have Marcus Peters. How much does his being here change the equation and what you might be able to do against him? Well,
that'd be interesting. It's a very good observation. I think we're a different defense in a lot of ways. Marcus, of course, and we've got Marlon's grown. Jimmy is in a great role. We've added defensive linemen. We've got young linebackers. So we've added a lot to our defense. We've added some scheme as well. So it's just different. It's never the same. I'm really glad Marcus is here, to your point, and he's going to be a factor in that game, no question about it. He's a guy that they're going to have to understand where he's at all times, and I'm sure they're thinking about that as they prepare.
Coach, Jerry Coleman from The Fan. Do you look at this maybe as a possession-type game in that whoever's holding the ball last will have the chance to win? It'll come down to that?
Well, it could. You just never know. My dad said his first game in college was against he's playing for Bowling Green State University against Miami of Ohio. And I think Bowling Green had never beaten Miami at that point. Now we're talking like 1958, Jerry. And he said their legendary coach there, Dwight Perry, before the game, he they all revered Coach Perry. He said, "Men, this game is going to go one of three ways. Either we're going to blow them out, they're going to blow us out, or it's going to be one heck of a close affair." My dad thought, that about covers everything right there. So does that answer your question? I think you just don't know how the game's going to play out. I mean, it could go any one of a number of ways, and we'll see.
John, this is Jeff Zrebeck from The Athletic. This week it's been a popular topic NFL-wide with coaches and wearing masks or facial coverings. You seem to have no problem doing it. Has it been a major adjustment for you? And is it difficult when you're in the heat of battle on the sideline, making sure that it stays on when it should?
How do you like my new mask? It's a good one, right? Yeah, Ingrid finds them. She gets on that. She gets on there and seeks them out on the internet and gets them delivered. Amazon, So, no, it's. I understand the issues. Obviously, it makes it a little more challenging to communicate. We've just really made an emphasis on it. And we do it in practice. We do it in meetings. I mean, I'm in the meeting all the time, and I'm talking. I'm trying not to breathe this thing in because we talk fast. I got to hold it like this during the team meetings to talk because there's a lot of information that you're giving your guys, and it's really hard to do it through a mask. So it's definitely a challenge, but it's also a requirement, which we understand. So we do our best to to adhere to the requirement. It's really all there is to it.
Hey, John,
Now, are you asking me about the fine, Jeff? Like, what did I think of the fine?
I try not to ask you what you think about other coaches getting fined because I don't think I'd get much of an answer. But I assume you've not heard from the league.
No,
you've been pretty diligent.
I want to make that clear. No, I did. I thought, ouch. That's what I thought. I thought, ouch.
Thanks.
Go ahead, Jonas.
Hey, John. Jonas Shaffer, Baltimore Sun. I know, this isn't Chiefs related, but when you guys made the statement last month, one of the top action items that you guys had was, arrest the officers involved in the shooting of Breonna Taylor. the news yesterday, how are you doing and how is the team doing with what happened?
Yeah, it'd be a great question for the guys. We haven't had the conversation. It's been focused on the Chiefs 100%. I'm sure guys have talked about it, privately or locker room or cafeteria or whatever, but I haven't been involved in any of those conversations at this point.
All right, guys, we have time for one more for Coach.
Coach Sean Stepner, WMAR, ABC Baltimore. My question's regarding the new playoff format, and only the top seeds get the bye. To Jeff Zrebeck's point, I don't think if I asked you about the importance of facing the Chiefs for that top spot, you'd give me much of an answer. But on the broader context, how important is it, to get that top seed for you guys, and I guess in each conference with this new playoff format?
Right. Well, I think it's going to be valuable, but we've learned, we learned last year that you gotta do something with it too, So, and we didn't get that done last year. So, right now I think we're just really focused. We understand that these early season games, have impact, and that games won in September definitely have an impact on December. So that's something that we understand. But beyond that, you just got to focus on the task at hand and just try to win the next game. And the next game is a big and exciting game.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time. To the media corps, we're going to send you to a media room and come back with Marcus Peters.
Thanks, everybody.